What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with Family of Fiance Season 4, Episode 5, Britne and Jide, a Valentine's Day mom scare. So this was pretty good, y'all. This was pretty good. We're just gonna go ahead and read off these notes. It was a lot, but it was pretty good. But this time I didn't cry, y'all, like I normally do. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take a pause because I needed to eat something right quick, and I don't know if I got food in my teeth. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, Jide and Britne, hold on one second. They moved in with his mom some time ago. Apparently, Jide is a mama's boy, basically because his mom has always been a single mom, and his dad had left and went back to Nigeria for whatever reason. They never really stated. But Britney's family's concern is about the closeness that Jide has with his mom. Apparently, they have been engaged for a year, and they met through friends. Jide grew up, as I stated, as with his mom being single. His dad had to go back to Nigeria. They never stated the reason. Jide and his mom Jide says that his mom is his everything. Britne feels like he makes his mom his primary rather than her. Both Britney parents passed away when she was really young. When her mom passed away first, and then she lived with her dad. While she was living with her dad was extremely abusive to them, and then he died. He died when she was young as well. So who's coming? Britney's brother, who she haven't seen in over 10 years. Britney's grandmother, well, which is her mom because that's who raised her, and her uncle Aaron. Jide's mom, uncle, and sister, whom he's never met, is coming. It's a lot of dynamics, but it turned out pretty good, but it's a lot of dynamics, okay? So his family arrived first, and then her family arrived. When she saw her brother, she cried. Y'all, they look like they have a beautiful relationship. For whatever reason, they hadn't, seen each other in 10 years. I'm not really for certain, but their relationship looked like it's extremely genuine. Just like Jide and his sister. That relationship looks very genuine. So they share the same dad, but not mom. They have different moms. So, the concerns. Jeremy's concern is fixing the relationship he and Britney have and how the cultural difference is affecting the relationship with her and Jide. Her mom, grandmother, feels like Britney needs to put herself first. And the uncle's concern is Jide's loyalty to Britney. So on the other side, Buki, I believe that was her name, was his sister. Her concern is the relationship between her and Jide. Her and the fact, and to build a relationship with his mom and his uncles and the rest of the family. His uncle's concern is his sister's control and the effects that Jide's dad. I mean, the effects from the dad walking away from Jide's life. How does it affect Jide and how he operates in relationships? His mom, her concern is Britney's sensitivity. She says that Britney's sensitivity isn't good. So then we move on to the task. Britney goes with Jide's family. Jide goes with Britney's family. So Britney tells Jide's family that she wants her mother-in-law to respect their relationship. Jide, I want to say that was the uncle. Somebody said is allowing his mom and Britney. Oh, I'm sorry. Jide says that he's allowing his mom and Britney to form their relationship. Britney Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to pause again. But Britney was overwhelmed when she rekindled. What did I put? I don't know. Anyway, Britney tells Jade's family that her mom passed away. Her dad was abusive, and she was sexually abused by someone that was close to her that she trusted. She she tells their family that she wants her feelings to be valid, and she want to feel respected. So we get back to the table, everybody's cooking. They talk about the task. Jade brings up the abuse that happened with Britney. She said no action was taken, and her grandma, says that you don't know what took place. But I want to say, if anything took place, you guys should have told her or reassured her that something has happened. We have done something about it, which is why she didn't say anything. So her uncle said that Britney never told her. Well, Britney told him about the abuse that was happening with her dad. But this is why, because in the beginning they said that at some point Britney started acting out. Well, I'm going to assume this is why, part of the reason why she was acting out. Anyway, Jade and his sister, she wants to have a relationship with her brother, but not their dad. They both sit down and talk. They both felt abandoned by their dad. So Britney, in the next scene, we see Britney and her brother Jeremy. I want to say his name was Jeremy, talking, and he tells her that she deserves happiness. And it is a dynamic of both sets of siblings, with Jade and Buki, as well as Jeremy. I think his name was Jeremy. I may misquote Jeremy, of Britney's relationship that I felt like was good. I don't know. I just had a good feeling about their relationship. Even with the mom, it's just her culture. That culture just overrides everything. And, I guess you got to go with the flow. I don't know. So, Jade and Britney meet with Tracy. And they tell Tracy about... she tells Tracy about her meeting with her family and the therapist. And he tells Tracy about his conversation with his mom, and as well as the sibling conversation. So Jade and Britney both tell Tracy that both of them meeting with their siblings was amazing. Britney also says that she doesn't believe that he will put her ahead of his mom. She says she heard that before. Because on the board when he met with Britney's family, he put God, Britney, God, spouse, mom, family, yada yada. And so she said that this has happened before, but he ended up putting his mom ahead of her. So it was kind of odd, I want to believe it, but it is what it is, okay? So Tracy tells her that her sensitivity is great. Is grief at this moment, and that she's just now dealing with the grief. So I think this is the part that broke my heart, just broke me down. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. This was day 2. They did not meet with the trauma specialist, the trauma therapist yet. They just had the conversation with their siblings. Anyway, sorry about that. Needed to fix that. So Britney says she doesn't want to hurt her family. Tracy tells her that she doesn't have to anymore. She tells Britney that she won't be able to have her full healing as long as she's protecting them from the place. And she says that she's also coming from a place of the abused child, and that she needs to break that agreement. That is a toxic agreement. Y'all have to definitely learn how to break agreements. I've done it several times. And which reminds me, I probably need to go ahead and do some more breaking of agreements. Not too much. I broke a lot. But now I'll sit down and figure that out. But other than that, it is good to break agreements. Anyway, Britney, this is what broke my heart. This right here. Brittany says she doesn't want her family to feel bad. This is pertaining to that sexual abuse that she experienced by the hands of a family member. She said she doesn't want her family to feel bad. She said the loneliness that she felt when it happened, and Tracy reminds her that you're still feeling the loneliness. She said that Brittany said that she wants her family to understand. She doesn't want them. She doesn't want. She doesn't want them to hurt. Tracy tells her that this is what your family should be telling you. They should have empathy, and basically they should have empathy and grace and love towards her for what she's experienced. Um, and when I looked at Brittany, she seemed like she was holding on to the guilt, and she also felt like in some ways that everything that she experienced was her fault. I That just broke my heart, y'all. I just being a person who feel like even though I'm wrong, I even though I've been wrong, I don't want those people, I don't want anybody to hurt. I don't want them to hurt. I don't want them to be mad at me. I don't want them I it's a lot, and that takes a toll on you. And we all have to learn to deal with that kind of stuff, because we have to also recognize the things that happen to us, and that our feelings are valid, and that what you went through was valid, you know. Anyway, she doesn't want to tell them. She has to go confront her family, not in a bad way, in a negative way, but she has to go talk to her family along with the therapist. And she tells Tracy that she doesn't want to tell them because she don't want to feel rejected, and she don't want them not to believe her, and she doesn't want them to feel bad. You know the amount of pressure and pain that statement alone she has put on herself? That hurts my feelings. That hurts my feelings. I don't know, y'all. It just hurts my feelings. Okay. So they meet Tila, the therapist, the trauma therapist, and they sit down and talk. She tells her family that her dad was physically abusive. The uncle said he didn't have any thoughts on that, and I was just like, wow. I guess it was the way production was showing him, and it made it look like he didn't care. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and wholeheartedly disagree. The way production was showing it, it made it look like he didn't care one way or another. But I think it was opposite of that. I feel like production should be showing us what's real. I don't know. It was just choppy. That part was very choppy. But I see that they did not say who the person was, how was the person related to them. And not that we needed to know. It was just the fact that she was able to express those things to her family. So anyway, she tells them about the grooming and the sexual abuse by someone she trusted. She tells them that as she's telling them that, her uncle tells her he wish he would have known. And her grandmother, her mom slash grandma, and her uncle reassures her that they will fix it. So I'm assuming that this person is still coming around. And usually what happens is what has happened prior, which I'm so grateful for today's generation and how we look at therapy and abuse and all of that. We don't allow the abuser to be in our spaces anymore, which at first, before, most families would allow the abuser, even though sometimes they knew the abuse was going on, they've allowed the abuser to be in the space, because they're family, because they're close to us. We had, not me, but a lot of people had to learn how to stay in a child's place. And all these adults allow the abuser, the pedophile, to come around and put all this hurt and pain onto the person that they were abusing. That's not okay. And now sometimes you even, I know it's not as it used to be, but you still have people who allow, like, sometimes you have those situations where a woman meets a man and a man, or vice versa, they're abusing the kids, and sometimes the woman know, but she won't do anything about it, and that hurts my feelings. I've been trying not to doggone cry for these doggone episodes. God. We gonna be G about this, okay? We're gonna be G about it. Anyway, but I hate it for her, but I am so glad that she freed herself in that moment. She made a choice to be free. How you feel about me releasing my freedom to you is on you, but I'm gonna set myself free. And I felt like for Britney, that was gold. I don't have time to care about your feelings when I was the person that was hurt by it. I was hurt. I was violated. And I have to care for your feelings and how it made you feel. And on top of that, I have to care about the person's feelings who actually abused me. That is insane. And people are going through this, y'all. This is insane. Anyway, let's move forward. I'm not even sure why I said all of that. But if this is you, you are no longer responsible for anybody's feelings, especially if they have hurt you in a way. It is okay for you to free yourself. It is okay. It is okay for you to live in a free space. Nobody gets to take that away from you. I got to pause, okay? Let me pause. Be back. Doggone hormones got my eye leaking, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. So Jide has a conversation with his mom. Basically, he tells his mom that she has to adjust with him and his wife. Sometimes, most of the time, being him and his wife, she doesn't always have to be included. It's okay for her to remove herself and find her life. But she tells Jide that, don't forget, I'm your mom. Can I say, I need a lot of moms to stop making your sons your husbands and making your sons your responsibility. And also understand that they're going to find someone, and that is okay, that they have a life to live outside of you. Your job is to nurture them, to raise them, to be there for them. And then you let them fly, not allow them, because they're allowed to do whatever they want. But you let your kids fly, especially your sons. And this goes out to all the boy moms. It's an unnecessary hold that you have on your kid. It's almost like you almost make them feel like if they choose this woman, they don't love you. And that's not fair. That's not fair. So I don't know who this is for, but what I'm saying is that's not okay. Your son is an individual and you are an individual. And so just like you found your way and you live your life, you continue to live your life, but now you have to allow him to live his, especially if there is a woman that comes into their life. And you need to understand, why do you feel away? Why do you feel away because this woman has come into his life? What is it? What is going on with you that makes you feel this sense of jealousy with said person? You have to explore those things. It has nothing to do with her. It's a lot to do with you. And sometimes it's what this person could be given to him that you may have wanted from some man or I'm just saying, your sons are not your responsibility. They are not your men. They are your sons. And that is just that. And if I offended anyone, not if, I do not like stuff. Let me apologize. I by no means I mean to offend any viewer that's watching this. I'm just hoping that somebody can listen to this and take a step back and understand that, you know, everybody live their own individual life. Anyway, so I apologize, y'all. I by no means, by no means. So Jade also explains to his mom that Jade's mom explains to Britney about their culture, and she gets really, really angry at this part. At this point, she starts to yell at Britney, and y'all, as Britney has always been, it just seems like she cowers down a lot. Again, just relatable. So what she did not argue. She was like, I'm not yelling at you. Please don't yell at me. Why are you yelling? So I felt like the conversation could have gone a lot better. Like, I feel like the mom could have came to her a whole lot better with a lot of respect, especially based on what she wanted from you, what her request was from you. If you want her to respect you, then you need to respect her. Reciprocity goes a long way. So you want to demand this respect because you are an elder, but because she's a human being, she deserves just as much respect as you do. And the whole culture thing, I don't get it. I don't understand it. So, you know what? I stay in my lane, okay? So, Jade, oh, I'm sorry. In that moment, as Jade's mom was yelling at the top of her lungs, Britney just kind of put her head down, and it was almost like, I'm defeated. I have nothing else to give. I just felt, and that's what I got from her in that moment. I could have been wrong, but it just felt like a level of defeat. So anyway, Jade tells Britney that they have to apologize, but Britney tells him as long as he knows that this is not my fault, and I'm gonna take a back seat on this one. So Jade tells her as long as they aren't slow about it, they have to go to her and kneel. That's the cultural way. It's the culture. And I was like, wow. That's a lot. So they go to her and they kneel in front of her. And again, I'm not disrespecting anybody's culture. I get it. She did what she needed to do. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm going to say that I didn't like it because she was not wrong. She didn't do anything wrong. And she was definitely owed an apology. And she probably gave Britney the apology. I didn't see it. But what happened was they end up hugging it out. And this is what I don't like. Like, I have to apologize to you because you're my elder. And because this is the way it goes. And not only to add insult to injury, I'm a grown woman approaching another grown woman who wronged me. Once again, this is another experience Britney had that goes along with the abuse, the physical and the sexual. I have to I have to acquiesce. That's not okay. So she did it. She said why she did it. We'll get there. But not only did she have to do that, she kneeled down. So she understood what the culture is. But I also need that mom to understand, like, it's the difference between, like, right and wrong. You did something to hurt this person, so you need to be apologizing first. I mean, it doesn't matter who, but you just need to be apologizing. It's just the right thing to do. Like, you know what? This was all on me. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I shouldn't have made you feel away. Taking accountability, okay? That's all I just wanted to say. Now, once again, I'm going to apologize for, culturally disrespecting Nigerians, and I'm not doing that. I just feel like accountability needs to be held. And I feel like that woman was owed an apology. That's all. I know we don't get to see everything. They shrink everything in a 40-minute session. I know that. And maybe she did, I'm gonna go ahead and extend grace because maybe she did apologize. It's just that I didn't see it. You know, we all didn't see it, so we was all watching the same show. Anyway, it was day 3, meeting with Tracy. She tells Tracy what happened, and she says she felt free when she talked to her family and that therapist, and she let everything out. And that for me, that I love that for Britney. Jide said, tells Tracy that he talked to his mom and his mom blew up. Britney, Britney basically was like, she apologized because she wants the relationship between her and Jide to work. Jide says if he doesn't receive anybody's blessing, everything has changed about him. So prior to him coming, he said if he doesn't receive his family blessing, then he's gonna wait. After the 3 days, he decided, if I don't receive my family's blessing, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to proceed with this. And I was happy about that because it showed Britney that I'm putting you first. I am putting you first. And I feel like he meant that wholeheartedly. That makes a difference in a relationship. Anyway, we get to the blessing ceremony. Basically everybody gave their blessing. The mom got so emotional. Jide's mom was extremely emotional, but she did give her blessing. So in conclusion, when it go off, it show you what's happening with the couples. Britney and Jide are attending couples counseling. Their relationship with Veronica remains close, which is Jide's mom. The couple they're having a traditional white wedding and a traditional Nigerian wedding. Veronica, which is Jide's mom, is mostly in charge of the wedding planning. See, that part right there, that just gives overbearing. She's definitely overbearing. I can't even apologize. I can't even hold y'all. Probably Britney was just like, you know what? I don't even want to fight. Just go ahead. And it probably just gave her something to do as well. So Britney it also said that Britney is feeling more free around her family, and I'm assuming that person that caused hurt and pain towards her, they have excluded him out of the family in some ways, which is good, and I'm glad about that. Anyway, he had she's also asked her uncle Aaron to walk her down the aisle. This was pretty good. I enjoyed the show. The one thing I just wished I had known was the sibling, like what was the status on their sibling relationship? What was the status on it? Anyway, y'all, this was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Of course, this show always finds a way to tug at my emotions. This show makes me extremely emotional, and I probably need to figure out why that's happening. Okay, I do. There are some things that I watch on there that I see, and it hits home for me. But there are some things that I just have empathy when it comes to people. I have empathy for people, and by no means I like to see people hurt. But I also love to see people getting into a better place, y'all, and that tugs on my emotions. Anyway. Don't forget, y'all, tomorrow I will bring y'all the last 3 episodes of Beauty in Black. And tomorrow night is going to be the episode 2 of Housewives of Atlanta, child. And I want to say tomorrow is the finale. I don't know, but I think tomorrow is the finale for Married to Medicine. I think. And then the reunion starts. So with all of that being said, if I did not say this in the beginning, I'm sure I said it. Thank you for getting me up to 200 subscribers. Like, I feel like I'm a big deal, okay? And not only that, please be sure to like up my videos so I can stay in the algorithm of things. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna go rest. Bye.